Listen to me. Never allow anybody to let you feel bad because of the color of your skin or because of your skin tone, where people label people as black and white. I'm going to run through some things for you. Initially, I was going to talk about me, but I think that I'm going to get a little bit too passionate for to express myself if I'm really talking about me. But let me just tell you something. I will never, ever, ever allow anybody to let me feel bad or less than anybody else, no matter how or what your skin tone is, right? Let me just say this. I've been seeing some videos where people are just down and broken and depressed and crying because people call them the N word or the M word. And I get it. I understand that people are different and, certain things, it just hurt them. And maybe it's because, I grew up where I never had that in terms of, looking at people. Let me just give you a little quick example. From I know myself, I've never had a crush, like on a TV crush or a celebrity crush. And I just deal with people on the merit. And I'm a very good observer. And I'm a character detector. And so I deal with people based on the character. Even when I was at high school, I remember I had a friend, she had long hair. And she said, everybody used to pull out her hair and comb it back. And she said to me one day, oh, you never comb my hair yet. Oh, you never pull out my hair yet. And I asked her if she ever combed mine. Right? Because my hair is short, so she never combed mine. So I'm about justice and equality and so on. But back to the argument of people calling you N-word and M-word and you're crying. They could call me the whole alphabet. In fact, the more the merrier. Right? I don't care. I don't care what you call me. Here's what I know. Number one, we always talk about variety is the spice of life. I know that God, the creator of heaven and earth, the universe, created us. Variety. Can you imagine how the world would be if everybody looked the same, had the same skin tone, had the same hair color, had the same thickness or straightness of the hair, the same body shape? Can you imagine how boring the world would be? No, I appreciate that God chose to put me in the skin tone. And so I'm very happy. I remember one day I was walking on the road and the man was so surprised that, I like your skin. You're just so dark and lovely. I don't have a, like he was surprised that I didn't bleach. Bleach for what? You understand what I'm saying? So that is not my thing, right? Maybe because I'm just who I am. I'm not gonna describe myself right now, but me just in my own little lane. So I'll never allow that, right? But I know people are different and to each his own. I can't get into how my father and especially my father, how he raised us. So these things don't really matter. Like, you can call me anything. I know who I am. You understand what I'm saying? The second thing I wanted to remind you is that in Psalm 139, verse 14, it reminds us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God didn't make any mistake when he made you, right? And so I want you to bear that in mind, that God carved you out exactly how he wanted you to look. So always have that in mind. The third thing I want you to remember is that people who believe they are above, and none of us are above each other. That should be one of the points, is that all of us are equal at the foot of the cross. You understand? Christ didn't come to die for me and didn't die for them, or die for them and didn't die for me. He died for all of us so that all of us can have, salvation with him, to live with him in glory. So remember that persons who believe that they are above, whether it's intellectually, right, educationally, whether it's financially, whatever it is, even if it's the color of their skin, where they believe that I have this color of my skin and therefore I am better. People who actually believe that they're better have no time to look down on people. Check that. Look at the most successful people. They have no time to compare themselves with others and to make other people feel bad because they don't have any money. You understand? They're busy, acquiring other things. And so just flip it around and know that the person who called the M word that end with KEY, basically, something is wrong with them. It's some self-esteem issue. It's lack of confidence. But I don't even get into all of that. I just carry on because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But they're so complex. I have to be figuring out myself, talking to myself, analyzing and observing. And things I like to do. So I don't have the time. Call me. In fact, as I said before, use all the letters of the alphabet. The more the merrier. I love English. So so use more words to describe me. I know who I am. The next point I want you to understand is that people who have good in them can't put out bitter. You understand? So a mango tree can't bear shoes. So it means then that people who put out bitterness, it's because bitterness is in them. Meaning that if they have garbage in, garbage out. People who are confident, as I said before, in themselves, people who are, kind and loving, will only spew out kindness and loving and love. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the persons who are lacking something that they have to do something to allow themselves to feel better. Now, when it comes to, maybe I'm naive because I don't live in a country where people believe that, I'm not affected by the racism. Classism, yes, but not necessarily racism. But here's the thing, here's a difference for me. Now, if it comes to injustice, whether that injustice is because of the color of my skin or that injustice is something else, I will call out injustice. I just can't hear about some of my friends them say, yes, Patrice, you're not letting go nothing. And I try to let it go. Yeah, because if you step on my toe, I'm going to say, whether it's in the workplace, wherever it is, I'm going to say, you step on my toe. And I'm going to seek justice for the injustice that you've caused me. So that is different. So if injustice is meted out to you, I would say resist that. You understand? And ensure that justice is served. No. I want us to understand. I talk to myself because I'm going to write it. But I want us to understand that injustice in this life, this is an unfair world. So we're not always going to have justice served. You understand what but here's where I get my confidence from. So while I resist it and I'll seek justice for the injustice that was caused to me, I understand that this world is not fair. Hence, I will not get justice in all cases. But here's what I have in my arsenal. I have the confidence that vengeance belongs to the Lord. The people, you're missing these things, Vengeance belongs to the Lord. So what I try to do is to ensure that I don't cause anyone injustice. I don't violate anyone. I don't disrespect anyone. So when I have done what all I can do that God allows me to do, I know that justice will be served. You understand what I'm saying? I can't get into anything more right now with that. But just to say to you, don't allow that. You have the power to not let anybody allow you to feel less than, because God chose to give you a different color or skin tone that people label black and white. My black, I don't know about anybody else. My black is beautiful, okay? And I'm not going to let anybody take that from me. Oh no. Stay tuned for part 2, where I'm going to share where people, especially black people, don't set boundaries. And that is why these things hurt them so much.